welcome back to my channel. Ziara here, and this is Z Loves Books. Today I'm going to do a video that's a little different. I'm going to do a tag video. For those of you who don't know what a tag video is, it's a series of questions that I'm going to answer, and then I'm going to tag someone to answer those same questions. So this is the Black Booktuber Tag, and I'm going to tag the originating video down below. So let's get into it. So the first question is, tell us a little bit about yourself. Well, I am Ziara. I'm 36 years old, and I have cerebral palsy. My cerebral palsy is very mild, so I get along with minimal assistance. I live with my boyfriend, my fiance, who has spina bifida, and we have a little dog named Sonnet, who is 5 years old, and his name is Sonnet, like Shakespeare's sonnets. I am the oldest of three, and I am the only girl in my family, besides my mom. Next question, who's a Black author you love, but that a lot of people don't know about? So I would have to go, for that question, I would have to go to Diane McKinney, Whetstone. This is one of her books, Tumbling. Diane McKinney Whetstone writes like historical fiction, and Tumbling is actually my favorite of her books. It is about a young couple who has newly gotten married, and they are unable to consummate their marriage due to a trauma that Fanny, the wife, experienced. She just doesn't feel comfortable being intimate with her husband, and can't bring herself to tell him why. I'm not going to tell you what that trauma was. You'll find out in the book, but I will give you warnings. Like, it's hard. So it causes her husband Herbie to have a bit of a wandering eye, and so one day after he's come home from the bar, he finds a baby on their doorstep, and he decides to bring it home, and they decide together to raise that child. And so they're a happy little family until something turns a corner, and you'll find out more. I don't want to spoil it for you. But it's an amazing book. What I like about all of her writing is that you feel like you're getting a glimpse into these people's lives, like you're peeking out of a window and you are quietly watching these people's lives go by. And all of her books are this way. You just are getting a little glimpse into this family, this core family. So the next question is, favorite book about the Black experience? And for that, I would have to go with Red at the Bone by Jacqueline Woodson. Stand me some Jacqueline Woodson. Do you hear me? Woo! This book, I wanted to crawl inside this book and live here. And it's very short. It's very short, but it is so powerful in these small pages. Is some beautiful writing. Jacqueline Woodson is usually a YA writer, but she took her first stab at adult fiction, and she did a beautiful job. So this is the story of a family, and at the core of it is Melody. Melody is a 16-year-old girl. Her mother Iris, Melody's father Aubrey, and their grandparents. And so you're coming in, when you come into the story, you are coming in on Melody's coming out, which is like a debutante ball that she's attending. And her mother have a very estranged relationship, because when Iris got pregnant with Melody, she was not prepared to be a mother, and she wanted to go to college, and that's the choice that she made, and that has had a profound effect on everyone else's lives. And so there's some resentment there, obviously, and some bitterness, and they have to work on bridging those gaps and repairing those rifts. And it's just a beautiful story. Like, it was so beautiful that I want to read it again this year, but because I feel like I tried very hard the first time to savor it, And I had to stop myself at times and go, all right, don't read any more than a chapter, because I just wanted to envelope myself in this family story. And it's just beautiful, and I recommend you pick it up. So my next question is, let's see, favorite book by a Black author. And for that, I would have to go with A Piece of Cake by Cupcake Brown. This one, trigger warnings on 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 trigger warnings. I had to keep reminding myself during A Piece of Cake that this was an actual memoir, that somebody had really lived through these things. So I picked it up because look at the cover. I love bright, happy things. And not everything in this book is bright and happy. I was not prepared for all of the things that went on in this story. So it is the story of Cupcake Brown. And from the time she's about 11 years old, she experiences the death of her mother, who she loves dearly. And from then on, her life just takes punch after punch after punch. She goes into foster care. She's abused. She finds child prostitution. She goes into gangbanging. Like there's a lot. There's drug abuse in this book, and the reason why it left such an indelible mark on me is because my thing was, if somebody can survive all those things and not only just survive it, but come out on the other side and flourish, that says something. That speaks to human resilience. And I just could not put it down. When people ask me what my favorite book is, that's it. Yes, it is dark, but it just speaks to the ability to rise out of traumatic experiences and find a better place. So my next question is, recommend a Black and queer book. So for that, I'm going to have to go with Coffee Will Make You Black by April Sinclair. This book is actually close to my heart because it tells the story of Stevie as she is navigating her childhood and just trying to figure out who she is. So, she's sent all these messages growing up, and she just doesn't know what to do with them and synthesize them, and she's trying to find herself. And you're taken through the Black is Beautiful movement, the Black Power movement. You're just taken through a lot of her journey as she figures out who she is, and it is a beautiful, beautiful story. So the next question is, recommend a book with a Black person on the cover. And for that, I'm going to go with a book that I don't think is really talked about. It's a little bit on the older side, but it has left its mark. And that would be Misadventures, The Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl. And on the cover is one of my favorite TV producers, and that is Issa. She has a show on HBO called Insecure, and actually she had initially a web series called Awkward Black Girl, and so that's what this title is based off. But what I love about this book is a series of little essays where she talks about growing up Nigerian American, where she talks about just life growing up. And what I liked about it was I feel like I was able to walk alongside her because we're the same age, we're born the same year. So a lot of things that she talks about, like getting AOL for the first time and all of that, it was funny because I was like, yeah, I did that. The pitfalls of people who can't pronounce your name when you have a very unique name, and when they stumble over that and you kind of want to change it and make it easier for you. I really could relate to all of the little oopsies that Issa Rae experienced during her life, and I think that it just left its mark on me because I felt like we had somewhat of the same experience. Okay, so the next question is, recommend a book by a Black author that makes you happy. That one is an easy one. So for that one, I'm going to go with The Opposite of Always by Justin A. Reynolds. And this is a cute story. It's It's about a boy named Jack who meets a girl named Kate at a party, and they connect over their shared love of cereal. But he learns that she is sick. And so the book takes you on this journey as he has different experiences as he's trying to basically time travel so that he can prevent her from dying. What I loved about this book was just the pure love that Jack shared for Kate, and the lengths that he was willing to go to keep her alive. Like, I love the friendship story between him and his best friend, and the love was just pure, and cute and happy and sweet. And I love a good love story. I love love. So it was just adorable. I'm gonna show you the cover again. It's just happy. Look at those colors. Like, you just couldn't be happier. Like, I love yellow. Yellow will brighten you up anyway. So I don't know. I just loved it. It was such a cute story. It didn't take long to read, and it was just about love. Okay, next one. Recommend some Black booktubers. So for that, I'm going to go with my girl Brittany at Melanin Eclectic. What else? Njuri from Onyx Pages. Who else? There's so many. There's so many good ones. The Locked Booktician. Go check out Mariama's channel, which I will link down below. There's so many. I'm gonna link a few more so that you can check those out as well. Let's see. Next question. Talk about a book by a Black author that's coming in 2020. I would have to say I'm looking forward to reading Cinderella's Dead. I'm not sure of the author, but I will put a picture up so you can see. It's not out yet, but it's on its way, and I'm ready for it. And I'm going to also finalize this video by tagging some Black booktubers. So I'm going to tag, actually a lot of booktubers that I watch have actually done this, but I'm going to tag Shane at Luxurious Blue to do it. I'm going to tag Run Right Reads to do this tag, and I'll leave some more. I can't, like, my brain is just, there's so many that I watch, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I will leave some down below so you can check those channels out and tag them down below as well. Alright guys, hopefully I will see you soon. Take care, and until we meet again, happy reading.